good night. We have a fun show tonight. Mr. Olympia himself, the former governor of our state, Arnold Schwarzenegger, is here. I am very oiled up underneath my suit. Arnold, of course, if you're not familiar, is the host of Celebrity Apprentice, who did not plug up the White House toilet. Did you know about this? I know that sounds like just a crude joke, but so you know how Trump had a habit of tearing up the documents at the White House, the official documents? He'd rip them to pieces and throw them away. Well, the papyrus has thickened because according to a book written by the highly esteemed Maggie Haberman of the New York Times, the White House engineer, who's kind of the plumber, I guess, would frequently be called in to unclog the president's toilet because he had a habit of flushing papers down it, for real. And of course, it wasn't long before Trump denied the story. Today, Mar-a-Lago put out a statement that said, another fake story that I flushed papers and documents down a White House toilet is categorically untrue and simply made up by a reporter in order to get publicity for a mostly fictitious book. By the way, this mostly fictitious book, he sat with Maggie Haberman for 2 lengthy interviews in person in Florida, but it's all made up. Haberman was on CNN where she was asked if she was sure that it was Trump who was clogging up the pipes.
His toilet, like no mistaking whose toilet it was.
It was in the pipes. I mean, it was in the pipes, and this was his bathroom. So yes.
I want you to think about the fact that Donald Trump actually had to come out and in writing deny he clogged up the toilet at the White House. This is a conversation you have with your 3-year-old. Did you flush papers down the toilet? Not the former president. And it makes sense because, you know, for whatever reason, he is obsessed with toilet flushing.
People are flushing toilets 10 times, 15 times, as opposed to once.
We won't talk about toilets, but you know that's the only subject they ever talk about is toilets, so I don't mention it. The headline was Trump with the toilets. Sinks, right? Showers. And what goes with a sink and a shower? 10 times, right? 10 times. Well, not me, of course, not me. But you.
I don't say it, because every time I say it, they only talk about that one. Because it's sort of gross to talk about, right? So I won't talk about the fact that people have to flush their toilet 15 times. I will not talk about it.
All right, well, let's take you up on that. I mean, really, how great would it be if this is what finally brings Trump down? Toilet water. It's toilet Watergate is what it is. And of course, because they're on the opposite side of every issue, President Biden is at work trying to roll back the changes Trump made to the toilet and shower head regulations.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message. Friends, we're battling a historic drought. The water waste is so damaging to the environment. So, I'm reversing our reckless policies towards shower heads. Too much water pressure is bad news for lakes and rivers and you and me. You don't want water blasting out of your shower head. You'll wind up on your ass, man. Bathtubs are slick, Jack. We're all getting older and afraid of taking a bad spill in the tub. That's why I'm also pushing for lots more safety bars in the shower. Catch you when you're going down. And one of them little doors on the tub so you don't keel over when your knees are acting up. Fall like that'll kill you. And when your hip's bugging you, you get your own nurse to sponge you off. I'm President Joe Biden, and we'll leave the light on for you so you can kick back, relax, and pee in the tub.
That seems like a weird way to stay warm. Okay, so here's another one from this Maggie Haberman book, which doesn't come out till October. I'm not sure if I can wait for that, but since he left office, Trump has been keeping in touch with the leader of North Korea, Kim Jong-un. You know, I had a feeling this would happen. He held Kim Jong-un's hand more than Melania's over the 4 years he was president. It's weird to think that the relationship between Kim and Trump could last longer than Kim and Kanye, you know? Can you imagine, and I know we imagine this a lot, but can you imagine if Obama kept in touch with Kim Jong-un? I'm sure Fox News would be super cool with that, right? Meanwhile, Obama and Trump's former doctor in the White House, this guy who's a real wingnut, he's now a congressman, his name's Ronnie Jackson, is trying to stir up some kind of controversy about Biden's mental fitness.
And that cognitive test, my understanding, and you've described it to me before, is not easy. It's extraordinarily hard. There are 30 questions, if I remember correctly, and Donald Trump got all of them right?
That's right, absolutely. You got to get a 26 on it to be considered normal. I don't think Joe Biden could get anywhere close to that. I mean, not even anywhere close to that at this particular point. And that's what concerns me about this right now.
Well, what are you worried he's going to do? Flush a bunch of documents down the toilet? I mean, by the way, this test that Trump was bragging about passing a couple of years ago, you remember person, woman, man, camera, TV? Well, it's a one-page thing. It's called the Montreal Cognitive Assessment. Hannity described it as extraordinarily hard, and maybe for him it is, but these are some of the real questions from this test. You get 2 points for knowing what year it is and what city you're in. You have to rearrange the numbers 2, 1, 8, 5, 4 in numerical order, which Trump knows because those are all McDonald's extra value meals. You have to state what objects like a banana and an orange have in common. You have to correctly identify these animals, a lion, a rhino, and a camel, which are all, Don Jr. has shot all of those, so that's easy. And under language, they ask you to name as many words that begin with the letter F as you can in 1 minute. You have to get to 11 or above. That's fun. Well, fun is one, I guess, right? In fact, let's see how long it'll take me to come up with 11 words that start with F that relate to Donald Trump specifically, all right? Let's set the timer. And here we go. Fraud, failure, fat ass, fried chicken, fake, felon, fascist, feeble-minded, feckless, fickle, full of crap, foul, frightening, philanderer. No, that's a PH, right? Yes, all right. Well, there you go. That was pretty good. How many seconds was that? 13, all right. Guillermo, you have any I missed?
Face.
Okay, oh, yeah. I think that's true. Meanwhile, Melania's up to no good. As Melania's husband's gearing up to launch his own social media platform, Melania just signed up to help the competition. She's teaming with Parler, which is the social media app for those who are somehow too awful for Twitter. She said she's doing this because Parler, quote, empowers its users to foster productive discourse. Yeah, that's Parler, all right. She also said, I'm excited and inspired by free speech platforms that give direct communication to people worldwide. Parler has been on the forefront of utilizing Web3 technology. Oh, that's so Melania, that quote, right? It's so, no one loves utilizing Web3 technology like she does. Let's be honest, the only Parler Melania cares about has the word beauty in front of it, okay? This is one of the more amusing stories I've seen in a while. In fact, I know it's only February. This could turn out to be the story of the year. So in Russia, there was a security guard at an art gallery who decided to use a pen to draw eyes on a painting that is worth at least $1 million. This is the painting. It's called Three Figures. This is the before photo. This is the after he got to it photo. He said he did it because he was bored. Oh, and it was his first day on the job. Also his last day on the job. Can you imagine doing something like that? On your first day, no less. Let's look at it again, because, I mean, I don't know, maybe it's better now. Maybe he's Banksy or something. You have to wonder how they hired a person who would do. You'd think the first question you would ask an art gallery security guard would be, you won't, like, draw all over the art, will you? The Oscars are coming up next month. The Hollywood Reporter revealed last night that attendees at the Oscar show will not have to show proof of vaccination, which I assume is the Academy's roundabout way of announcing that Rob Schneider is hosting the show. It's Rob and Nicki Minaj's cousin's friend. You will only have to show a PCR test at the door to enter. Why they're doing this, I don't know. Maybe they have some extra spots in the in memoriam to fill. But the rumor is that some of the actors, including some of the actors who are nominated this year, aren't vaccinated and they don't want to lose them. So now it's up to all of us to wildly speculate as to which ones they are. Let the witch hunt begin. I wonder how the right-wing news outlets are going to handle this. I mean, is Hollywood a bunch of hypocrites, or are the stars just like us? You do have to show proof of vaccination to get in the Super Bowl. Super Bowl is on Sunday here in LA. It's supposed to be 86 degrees Sunday. It's going to be so hot they're doing the Gatorade dump before the game on Sunday. It's expected to be the hottest Super Bowl ever, which makes sense because have you seen the quarterbacks this year? Oh my, wow. Matt Stafford and Joe Burrow. I mean, is this the Super Bowl or a new season of Bridgerton, huh? This is how much times have changed. The first time the Bengals were in the Super Bowl, this was back in 1981, the quarterback looked like this. Ken Anderson. He's got a Super Bowl cut. He didn't even need a helmet, Ken. They just shellacked his hair and sent him out there. And with the game happening here, we thought it might be fun to do one of our live witness news segments. We assumed that LA fans who are not known for their football mania wouldn't know anything about the game. It turned out we were wrong. We asked people if they enjoyed watching the Super Bowl before it happened, and no one bought it for like once, which was kind of good news, I guess, but they all knew the game was on Sunday, except for one guy who is tonight's most valuable pedestrian in a very special solo edition of Live Witness News.
As you've heard the big news, everyone's really excited about the Rams having won the Super Bowl. Did you have a chance to watch the game?
I didn't get a chance, but I did hear the hype around it and the excitement from everyone in the city, so.
What have you heard?
I've heard mixed reviews about a little bit of drama that's been happening because of the result of the game, but other than that, everyone's pretty happy with the result.
And were you excited to see the Rams' first female player, Lucy Van Pelt?
Yeah, anytime women get to step into the spotlight in a male-dominated industry, it's definitely an exciting thing to watch, for sure.
Do you think it was unfair how she took that ball from under Charlie right at the last minute?
I mean, if a man had done it, would it have been unfair? I feel like there's a lot of double standard that comes down to that. So no, I don't think it was unfair. She's just playing the sport, you know?
Good grief. O.J. Simpson did that play-by-play call when the Rams kicked the winning field goal. That was pretty awesome, right, to hear him?
I mean, yeah, because you don't really see him in the industry anymore. He's basically been blacklisted, you know, so it's, I guess, cool to be able to see him come back and, you know, show face, definitely.
It was nice to see him get a second chance, you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I mean, I do believe, you know, we're deserving of second chances, regardless of anything that goes on in this world, so.
Like murdering people?
I mean, yeah, I mean.
Allegedly.
People have been murdering people for centuries, you know, so. But I mean, to be able to, like I said, show face, you know, I mean, that's a big thing, you know, I'm sure it's overcoming a lot of fear, I'm sure, you know.
So it was brave of him.
I think
OJ.
so. I mean, I think so. I do believe that OJ deserves a second chance.
Forgive and forget.
Yeah,
Move
for
on,
sure.
right?
You know, like I'm saying, it's such an unforgiving world, so we need to change that narrative for ourselves and, you know, become humanity, you know, show humanity.
And what about O.J. Simpson's call when the kick went through and he was like, he killed it, he killed the ball? Was that the right choice of words?
I feel like anything he says is going to be looked at under a microscope, you know, like super closely. So he could have really said anything and it probably would have set people off. But being a celebrity, I'm sure that's par for the course, you know, just censoring what you have to say sometimes.
Is it weird that he's tried to trademark that phrase, he killed it?
I mean, we live in a time where branding is such a huge thing, and that's what people focus on, is just branding. So I think that's what he's trying to do. I don't think he's going about it the right way, but it's probably the only way he knows how, so. OJ, we support you, we forgive you. Happy Super Bowl.
Take care, can't wait for Sunday.
OJ just found a new caddy. Hi, I'm Jimmy Kimmel. If you want to see all our latest videos, click the subscribe button. And if you don't, click anyway and close your eyes when they come on.